Hello, today I'm going to show you how to complete the specialties page of your application in the Provider Management module for Vermont Medicaid. The specialties page is always the second page of your application. Every enrollment type and provider type must include a specialty on their application. You'll see that my provider type is listed here at the top, and your provider type is going to be whatever you've selected on the first page of your application. In order to add a specialty to my record, I'm first going to hit the Create New button on the Specialties section. This is going to open a new window in where I can enter in that specialty data. I can have multiple specialties on my application associated to my provider type. However, I must make one specialty my primary specialty. That is what is going to transfer over to our claims processing software. So, whichever primary specialty that you make, that is what is going to be linked to your provider type for claims processing. I'm going to check the box that this is my primary specialty, and then I'm going to choose from the drop down list of allowed specialties for the provider type that I've chosen. Now, if you're looking at your specialty list and you're not seeing your specialty listed in the drop down box, double check the provider type that you've selected. Chances are you've selected the wrong provider type. And if that is the case, you'll want to abandon this application and you'll want to start over. I'm going to select 054 for today. And then I need to select my taxonomy. And just like the specialties that are listed for me are ones that can be associated with my provider type, I'm only going to see taxonomies that are allowed with the specialty that I've just chosen. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to find my taxonomy. And then I need to enter in an effective date. And I want to make sure to point out here that if you have chosen a requested enrollment start date that's in the past, you want to make sure that your specialty effective date goes back at least that far. So if you requested an enrollment start date 6 months in the past, just make sure that the effective date of your specialty goes back at least 6 months. If you don't incorporate the entire enrollment period, you could run into claims processing issues if you have dates of services of claims waiting that are in the past. Once you've entered in all the necessary information, you can click on Save. And now you'll see that I have an entry of an 054 specialty with the associated taxonomy, and this is my primary specialty. I do have the option to add another specialty if it applies to me. I would simply do so by hitting Create New and then doing the process over again. The only difference is I'm not going to check this Make Primary box because I've already assigned a primary. If I was to check that box again, it would now make this one primary and it would take it off of the last one that I've chosen. So I'm just going to go through, enter in my new next specialty, associated taxonomy, and then my effective date. And now you'll see I have two entries, two different specialties. The 054 is my primary, and that's what's going to be associated to my provider type in our claims processing software. Under that, you're going to notice that there is an additional taxonomy section of this page. This is not a required section to be completed. However, it could apply to you if you have multiple taxonomies to a single specialty. The top section will not allow me to duplicate a specialty entry. So I wouldn't be able to hit Create New here, add another 054 with a different taxonomy. It's not going to let me do that. So if I had an additional taxonomy to report to a specialty that's already listed here, I'm going to do so in the Additional Taxonomies field. I'm going to hit Create New. This will open up a new window for me. And this time I just have the taxonomy box. So I'm going to select from the drop-down list and select the additional taxonomy that I want to report that's already associated up here with a specialty. Again, this additional taxonomies field is not required. So if you do not have any additional taxonomies to report, you do not need to complete that section. Once you have completed the specialty section, making one your primary and all associated taxonomies, you're ready to hit save and continue and move on with your application.